So we had to stop production because I have a client that only wants to speak to me. This happens a lot, no big deal. So we paused recording to see what questions he has. So,
what kind of client is it?
I don't know. I know he is a client, a credit repair client, but I mean, there's so many different pieces to that. So it could be business credit. He could be coming for funding. I don't know. So we're gonna find out together.
He has a 730 median score. Great, a mix of revolving and installment accounts. So he has great credit history. The only negative he has was like a late that was 2 years ago, and some inquiries. So it's very minimal stuff that we're fixing, but he just wants to know what he could do to take it to the next level.
I'm doing well. It's Darryl Drake.
Good to hear from you, Mr. Drake. I watch your videos all the time.
First of all, I want to congratulate you, man. Your credit is outstanding. So when my teammate came to me and told me that we had a client that wanted to know how they could get a better credit score, and I looked at your file, I'm like, well, his file is actually really good. So tell me what's concerning you, man. How can we help?
I'm going into a business venture, and I've been doing a lot of research on personal credit and business credit and how one can affect the other, and one needs to be clean as you go off into it. And I want to be as pristine as possible once I go, and get looked at for business funding, because I got two ventures I'm going into. One is going into a franchise, and another I'm actually partnering with a person in a different state, and we're going to open up an event space. I got one secure credit card, that's Capital One, and Platinum, which is small, and Navy Federal.
What's your limit on Navy Federal?
7,700.
Okay, cool. So you can definitely get an increase with that. How long have you been with Navy?
Going on 2 years, but that credit card with them is new. It's fairly new, so maybe 5 or 6 months. That's
perfectly enough time. You can get an increase, and I'm almost confident you'll get about a $2,000 to $3,000 increase if you call and ask them. And so, but to answer your question, business credit is not to be used in substitution for having bad credit, right? So the good thing for you is you have good credit. You do. You have revolving, you have installments, you have open accounts, you have history. It's just a matter of, thickening your file, right? So it's not about the credit score. It's about what's inside of the file. So that's the first thing. The second piece to that is when you're considering business credit, there are a few reasons why you want to get business credit, right? But the main reason is so that when you go apply for loans, typically you will get approved for higher limits than you would with just applying with personal. For instance, let's just take the Navy Federal that you got $7,000 on. You more than likely would have gotten double, if not triple that, if you would have applied through a business, right? And so that's one reason why you want to establish a business, is to be able to get higher limits. Secondly, is that when you have personal cards, your utilization works against you. So if you have a $7,000 credit card, you use 5,000 of it, it's going to affect your utilization, which is then in turn going to drop your score. So you want to be careful with that as well. So having business credit, it does not affect your personal score, because you're going to get credit cards through your business. So you could use 100% of it and it will not drop. It won't drop your score. The third thing I want to address with business credit is protection. So it's going to protect you against, definitely you're talking about having an event space, which means you're going to have people in and out of that building. Being properly set up and protected should be your main priority, because, bad things happen to good people all the time. You got people in and out of there. You don't know what's happening. Sure, you have insurance, but at the end of the day, if something should happen, you want the liability to go to the business if it's sued, and not you personally.
Totally understand. My personal credit cards, I keep them at 9%. I try to keep them at 9%. I don't, the 30%, I listen to what you were saying on that conference call, and as well as doing research, I heard that to get extremely good credit, 9% and below is best. So that's why I try to keep them there.
Have you already started the process of business credit?
No, I did my LLC formation.
I see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you over some information. Our program is really straightforward. It is an academy where you're going to be able to have full access to information to show you, something as simple as setting up your corporation. It's going to take you from literally knowing nothing about business credit to really understanding, the importance of it, and then how to go out and obtain 50 to 100 to 150,000 in funding.
That's what I need, access to knowledge. So I definitely
Okay.
go ahead and do that.
The price is $1,500. That's going to be a one-time fee. And that's going to obviously get you access to me. But more importantly, you're going to have all the credit experts at your disposal to use, ask questions. But, the program has been put together in a way to where you really won't have too many questions because it's like really in-depth. It's thorough information.